Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community of wealth builders. It's free, and we're all about turning dreams into reality. Today, I've got something special for you, and I've layered this video with 528 Hz and 432 Hz frequencies. Those magical tones said to attract positive energy, luck, and even financial abundance. So, settle in, feel the good vibes, and let's dive into a topic that could change how you see money forever. Debt. Yeah, I know. Debt sounds like something to avoid at all costs. But what if I told you it's the secret weapon of the world's richest people and most powerful nations? Stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll see debt not as a trap, but as a tool to build the life you want. Oh, and drop a comment below. What's one debt myth you've always believed? Let's bust those myths together. Imagine waking up with $1 million in your account. Crazy, right? But here's how it could happen. 10 friends lend you $100,000 each. Boom, you've got $1 million invested in something safe, like a rental property, earning 5% a year. That's $50,000 in passive income every year. Over time, you repay your friends, maybe with a little interest, and keep the profits. No loss, just the start of real wealth. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. This is how the world works. Billionaires, entrepreneurs, even countries like the US, they're all in massive debt. Yet the more they owe, the stronger they grow. Why? They use debt as a lever, while most of us were taught to fear it. Who told you debt was bad? And are they living the life you want? The truth is, the fastest way to grow wealth and achieve financial freedom is to use debt strategically. Debt isn't the enemy. Bad choices are. I'm going to share how I went from being terrified of borrowing to using debt to build wealth. And I'll show you how to do it too, no matter where you're starting. I used to be that guy, petrified of debt. Growing up, I was told, never borrow, never owe. Debt was trouble. So when I started my first business, I played it safe. No loans, just my own savings. I'd invest in stocks, cheer tiny gains, and panic at small losses, because every dollar was hard-earned. Anyone relate? Then I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I thought it meant buy assets, avoid debt. So I swore off borrowing, but I missed the point. The book wasn't against all debt, just bad debt, like loans for flashy cars or impulse buys. It championed good debt, borrowing for assets that make money, like real estate or businesses. That was my wake-up call. I studied wealthy entrepreneurs. They didn't just borrow, they borrowed big, but for assets that generated cash flow. Meanwhile, I was debt-free but stuck. No big assets, no passive income, no growth. I was so safe, I was holding myself back. So I changed. I started with small loans, learned financial leverage, using borrowed money to boost returns. I scaled to bigger projects. Today I owe the bank a lot, but I sleep easy. Why? My debt buys assets that pay for themselves. Tenants cover my loans, businesses generate income, and my team keeps it running. Even my lenders cheer me on because I'm creating value. If I, a guy who wouldn't borrow a penny, can shift my mindset, so can you. You don't need to be a finance expert. Just start learning how debt works, how to invest. The world isn't what you were taught. How do the wealthy use debt? They don't borrow to splurge, they borrow to build systems. Picture this. You're an employee saving money in a bank. The bank lends your savings to your boss, who uses it to start a company or hire you. They profit, reinvest, and borrow more. The cycle goes. You save, the bank lends, the entrepreneur wins. Who benefits? The one using debt. Employees are basically creditors to their bosses, but take bigger risks because they own nothing. I've seen brilliant people stress over bills because they never learn to use debt to build assets. The wealthy? They might owe millions, but still live large. Why? Their systems, Businesses, investments, run themselves. They also protect their wealth, separating business and personal assets. If a company fails, their personal fortune stays safe. That's financial literacy. Let's get real. Say you've got $1 million. Most would buy a house. A savvy investor uses $300,000 as a down payment, borrows the rest, and buys 2 houses. They rent them out, and tenants cover the loans. Years later, the properties double in value. They refinance, borrow more, and buy more. It's a wealth-building loop powered by debt. The wealthy don't work harder, they work smarter, using borrowed money to buy assets that pay off debt. Most of us borrow to consume and repay with sweat. The wealthy let investments do the work. Look at the US, trillions in debt, yet dominant. They borrow to invest, adjust markets, and profit. While they play big, we're taught to save and avoid risk. What game are you in? How can you use leverage? I thought real estate needed tons of cash. Then I learned it's about strategy. I had $1 million. Instead of 1 house, I put $500,000 down, borrowed the rest, and bought 2. Tenants paid my loans. When the property's value rose, I refinanced and bought more. From 1 house to 6, no fortune needed, just cash flow smarts. If the market crashes, I'm fine. I invest for income, not speculation. No cash? Borrow from friends or family who trust you. Be clear, share profits. You don't need money, you need mindset. The best time to invest is when you know how to use other people's money. Want to start a business? You don't need a store or staff, just a phone, laptop, and internet. The internet is the world's busiest marketplace. Billions on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Sell a course or product to 10,000 people at $100 each. That's $1 million, maybe in months. No loans, just digital leverage. Borrowing attention and trust. No skills. Start where you are. Try affiliate marketing, courses, or sharing your story online. Kids make money gaming. Teachers thrive on TikTok. The internet doesn't care who you are. It rewards those who show up. Stay anonymous if you want, but start. Don't sleep on relationships. Your network is capital. If you needed $10,000, who'd you call? That's your social credit. Some borrow millions on trust alone because they've built credibility. Others can't borrow a dime. Relationships are a bank account. Deposit trust to withdraw help. I stay tight with friends and investors, not just for money, but for opportunities. Build trust now. Help without asking, check in, give, value. Money will flow from trust. Got bad debt? It's not the end. List your debts, sort by high interest. Pay small ones first for momentum, then bigger ones. Cut spending, skip takeout, cancel subscriptions. Boost income with side gigs or selling stuff. If it's too much, ask banks for relief programs. Stay positive. Debt recovery is a journey. You're not your debt. You're how you handle it. Here's the deal. Debt isn't to fear, it's to master. Borrow to build, not to spend. The wealthiest use debt to create empires, and you can too. If you're in debt, you can start over. I did, and so can you. Loved this video? Smash that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more tips on building wealth with good vibes. 528 Hz and 432 Hz included. Let's grow this community together. Drop your debt myths in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.